As we all know, dogs are very adventurous. You'll often see them darting across the yard, roughhousing with playmates, or simply exploring their surroundings. And these activities can sometimes lead to injuries like open wounds. Oftentimes, minor scrapes, they can just be treated at home, but significant open wounds require immediate and professional medical attention. In this video, I'm going to provide a step-by-step guide on what to do if your dog suffers from an open wound. I'm also going to emphasize the importance of prompt, appropriate actions and follow-up care for your doggy. The first thing you should do is stay calm and assess the situation at hand. When you see your dog injured, the first thing you might want to do is panic. However, it's very important that you stay calm in this situation. A stressed out owner can cause a stressed out pet, which can oftentimes make the situation even worse. Keeping your safety in mind, it's important to know that frightened or pained animals can sometimes react unpredictably. Just remain calm, react normally, and just try to prevent any further injury for yourself or your pet. The next thing you want to do is secure and comfort your dog. You want to approach your doggy gently and use a soft tone to assure them. You might not want to, but if your dog does appear agitated or aggressive due to the pain, you might want to consider using a muzzle, or you could also have someone assist in restraining the animal while you administer first aid. But when doing this, you want to make sure that any restraints that you use don't make the injury worse or cause any more stress than your pet is already enduring. The next thing you want to do is examine the wound very closely. Once you have the dog calm down and secure, it's time to figure out what type of wound your pet has sustained. Is it just a superficial scrape, or maybe it's a deeper laceration, or even a puncture from a bite or sharp object? The wound's size, depth, and location will determine the urgency and type of care your doggy needs. Things like heavy bleeding, signs of shock, or a wound's particular depth and location, such as the abdomen or chest, those will be emergencies. So after this, you want to address the bleeding. If the wound is bleeding, you want to apply a clean, absorbent material like gauze or a cloth to the area and maintain gentle pressure to encourage clotting. You want to avoid using fluffy cotton because these can leave fibers in the wound. If a limb is injured and bleeding, try elevating it above the level of the heart. In the case of severe or uncontrolled bleeding, you want to seek veterinary assistance immediately. Don't hesitate. So if the wound is minor, then you want to hurry up and get that clean and remove any debris and bacteria. You also want to use a saline solution or just plain water for this. You want to avoid using strong disinfectants like hydrogen peroxide or rubbing alcohol, as these can irritate the wound and they can delay the healing. If the wound is significant or if there's any doubt, it's better to let veterinary professionals handle the cleaning and disinfection rather than doing them yourselves. So in order to prevent self-trauma, you'll need to understand that dogs tend to lick or chew wounds, which can introduce bacteria and also delay the healing. An Elizabethan collar, often just called a cone, or protective clothing might be necessary to prevent them from accessing the wound until it's healed significantly. If you think it's needed, then you'll definitely want to seek professional veterinary care. This is better to do than not, so if you're not 100% sure, then always seek a veterinarian. They can clean the wounds more thoroughly than you could. They can assess tissue damage, they can provide pain management, administer vaccinations or antibiotics, and secure deep wounds if necessary. Veterinarians have the equipment and knowledge to handle complications and promote optimal healing. After the initial treatment, proper home care is very important. This might involve changing bandages, ensuring the wound stays clean and dry, administering medication, and monitoring for signs of infection or healing complications. Always follow your veterinarian's instructions closely and don't hesitate to ask questions or express concerns. After all that, you'll want to just monitor your dog's behavior and the wound itself. Watch your dog closely, check his behavior, his appetite, and energy levels. Changes in these can indicate discomfort, pain, or systemic infection, particularly if your dog seems lethargic, refuses to eat, or behaves unusually. While encountering an injury like an open wound in your dog can be alarming, knowing the proper first aid steps and when to seek professional help can significantly impact your pet's recovery. Always prioritize your dog's immediate safety and comfort, and don't delay in contacting your veterinarian. Proper wound management from initial care to full healing is a team effort between pet owners and veterinarians, all in the service of one goal: your furry friend's health and happiness.